Namaste. I would like to say one of the most ancient peace prayers from the Vedas. Om Dhyau Shantihi Antariksha Shantihi Prithvi Shantihi Apa Shantihi Aushadhayah Shantihi Vanaspatayah Shantihi Visvedeva Shantihi Kama Shantihi Krodha Shantihi Brahma Shantihi Sarva Shantihi Shantireva Shantihi Shama Shantiredi Yato Yatah Samihase Tato Na Abhayam Kuru Sannah Kuru Prajabhyo Abhayam Na Pasubhyaha Susantir Bhavatu Susantir Bhavatu Sushantir Bhavatu. I just read out the meaning. May the heavens be peaceful. May the cosmos be peaceful. May the earth be peaceful. May the waters be peaceful. May the herbs be peaceful. May the plants and trees be peaceful. May the gods of the universe be peaceful. May our desires be at peace. May our anger be at peace. May Brahma, the Creator, be at peace. May everything be at peace. May there be only peace everywhere. May we together meditate in that peace. May we be free from fear. May the people and the animals be protected, and may they all be free of fear. May there be peace everywhere. These are the great prayers of our Vedic era, Sanatana Dharma, which we call popularly as Hinduism today. Hinduism is a term given to us by the historians, so we call it as Vedic era or Vedic prayers. So the ancient Vedic concepts based on these high ideals. And Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is a declaration which means that the whole world is one family. So where is the separation? This is what our ancients from the Vedic era, the saints and sages and seers, screamed out loud. So we all need to get back to that source, ignoring all the separation, ignoring all that has been created, ignoring all the corruption that has come in. We don't have to do anything with that. We know that we are all one. We are all one family. So now how do we actually practice this? And to be able to practice this in our daily life, one aspect becomes very important to know of is our mind. If we know our mind, if we know the nature of the mind, if we know how the mind operates, only then we can practice these great ideals. Otherwise, these ideals stay as ideals only to read or only to talk about, but to bring them into practice. But before I get in there, I would like to say I'm very, very honored to be here because I have a very uncanny connection with Interfaith. So this body's father came in contact with this great lineage of Swami Shivananda, who was a great interfaith pioneer, who started interfaith dialogues as early as 1940s and 50s in Rishikesh. And we have videos of him celebrating Christmas in Rishikesh in early 40s and 50s, Christmas trees. And my guru, Swami Yatidharmanandaji, who was his successor, also was a great interfaith pioneer who was instrumental in reviving the Parliament of World Religions in 1993. And so in 1972, when this body was in my mother's womb, still 17 days to come, she and my father were part of this first ever interfaith conference in eastern part of India called Orissa in Cuttack, the birthplace of this body. And there was a big interfaith conference, actually in a stadium with thousands of people. So probably interfaith came in at the time. And then guess what? I came into contact with the lineage who were all interfaith pioneers. And so following in the footsteps, I also got lucky to come to the Parliament of World Religion in Chicago to share some ideas. So when Swamiji said, we had another program that got cancelled, and then Interfaith Center program happened, I said, wow, this is great. So I'm very happy to be here, and I thank you so much for all the effort that you put in. And this is what we need. So now coming back to the subject, mind and meditation. I struggled with this idea of the world being whole family because I developed a lot of hatred towards other people for what they were doing. And when I landed up in Rishikesh in Shivananda Ashram, first time I had never met any other people from different countries, different civilization. And I come to see this, sorry for my language, weird sight of people from all colors sitting together and chanting Durga Ma, Devi Ma, Devi Ma, and it freaked me out. So what's happening? Who are these people? And then I found out somewhere from Lebanon, somewhere from America, somewhere from Europe, and they were all sitting together and chanting. So this is what I was exposed to. And then eventually when life took me away from the so-called corporate life into spiritual life, and when I joined the ashram, I wanted to learn to meditate. And except meditation, everything was happening. The mind was driving me all over the world. And I thought that meditation is going to be easy because I thought only by making my body fit, I could meditate. I thought I can sit for a long time to meditate. So then meditation will happen, and the chakras will arise, and the kundalini will arise, and I will attain illumination within no time. But guess what? Except meditation, everything else was happening. And after about a few months, when my guru checked on me, so how is your meditation coming up? And I had to say this, developing software seems to be much easier. Meditation is not my cup of tea. And so when I said, my mind is driving me crazy. It's impossible. Why would I waste my time in sitting for 2 hours? And that's when my education started. So he said, this is my favorite line. I say this thousands of times. You were complaining about your mind driving you crazy during meditation. Did you ever complain why sugar is so sweet? Why fire is so hot? I said, no, never. And then he said, why do you complain about the mind being like this? This is the property, this is the nature of the mind. I didn't know that. I thought that the moment you close your eyes, mind will be blank and there'll be no thoughts, and then you rise into that illuminating state that Buddha attained. Wow! I wish it was like that. So that is when my education happened, and my guru was very, 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 very particular about this aspect of know what is your mind without any judgment, no thinking, no analysis, no judgment. Recognize the nature of the mind. So because our ancients have given us these great ideals in all civilizations, in all cultures, in all religions, but to bring them into practice, it's very, very, very important to know the science of controlling our mind. Control is not the right word, but understanding the mind. I would like to say to go beyond the mind. Until and unless we are operating through the aspect of the mind, we will be always within the pairs of opposites. So first importance is to know the nature of the mind. And once we know the nature of the mind, then we know that me and my mind, are we one or two? This is the most scary question. But it's very easy to find out. You try to give a command to your mind to stay here, the mind, you think it's going to stay there? No, it's going to go somewhere here and there. So that's where this question comes. What is happening? I want my mind to stay on this beautiful yellow flower, but the mind is thinking about my drive tomorrow to Chicago right now. So what's happening? So we need to experiment on ourselves. Reading, knowing the concepts, great. But then as long as it comes to daily practice, then we grow in understanding the mind. And once we understand the mind, then we learn how to go beyond the mind. So my guru always said that accept that you must. When you go to meditation, accept, oh, my mind is going to drive me crazy during meditation, but I'm going to still meditate because I'm not the mind. And sometimes there are a lot of metaphysical understanding that is given. We have one of the most powerful compositions of Shankaracharya, which negates everything that is there, that we perceive through our 5 sensory organs, negated everything. It says, you are only Chidananda Rupaha, Shivoham, Shivoham. You are the pure consciousness. So, when I establish myself that I am that pure consciousness, and then when I start meditating, when the mind pops up these ideas, then I have this anchor point to go back to, oh, this is the mind. I am not the mind. So why should I worry about it? And even one more step is, let us keep that metaphysical aspect separate. Even on the psychological level in my daily life, if I start practicing how to be an observer to my mind, how to become an observer, just saying, okay, I'm going to watch my mind. What is the thought? Oh, now he's thinking about food. Oh, now he's thinking about work. Oh, now he's thinking about a friend. Oh, now he's thinking about an enemy who said so bad words. So I keep watching. So this practice of being an observer in every moment of our life is very, very important. And my guru, Swami Yatidharmanandaji, was a pioneer of this. So I lived with him. I was very, very lucky and blessed to live with such a great, illumined, enlightened master for so many years without deserving him, because I had a cynical mind. I had to question everything. Faith was dwindling all the time. But he was very kind, very open-minded, very accepting. So all the time the idea was, you don't have to make time. Whatever you do, doesn't matter what, even while you're brushing your teeth. If I try to practice to be there, this is what every master, every philosophy talks about. I think someone was reading from Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. This is what our teachers have been always emphasizing. So I would like to narrate a very interesting incident which talks about what the yogis and the ancient masters demanded of us. So one day I was going to the morning meditation class with my guru, and we were climbing down the steps. And suddenly my Guruji turned and asked, "Did you take a bath?" I said, "Yes, I did." And then again after a few steps he stopped and said, "Did you take a bath?" I said, "Yes, I did." And then I got very upset. I said, "Why is he asking me a second time? Of course my parents have taught me, well, you go to the temple after taking a shower." Anyways, I became very upset. So upset that I went to the morning meditation talk. I was sitting right even closer, and not one word was going into my ears, because my mind was all the time on the anger. Why did he ask me second time? Angry. 25 minutes, not one word. Upset till the whole day, and then afternoon I couldn't take it anymore. And I went to confront my Guruji, and I said, "Swamiji, I need a clarification." He said, "Oh, you look very upset. What happened?" I said, "In the morning you asked me about my bathing twice. Why did you do that? You don't trust me? Come on, I gave up my job, my career. I'm with you for 3 years, and if there is no trust, how is this going to work?" He said, "Oh, you are so upset about that." I said, "Yes, explain." He said, "Well, you have completely lost the point. I was trying to make another point." I said, "What is it?" So in the ashram where I lived there in those days, we didn't have a shower head. We had a tap and a bucket, and we would take water and you bathe like this. So he said, when you took the first pail of water and when you poured it over your head, when the first drop of water touched your head, at that time, where were you? What were you thinking? What was the thought in your mind? And believe me, I drew such a blank face. Who does that? In my head. Tell me, who does that in the bathroom? You go, you finish your business, take soap and put bath and wipe and get out. I said, "Swamiji, I have never thought like this in my life. He said, that's exactly what I was drawing your attention to. In these last 25 years of your life, you have never had a proper bath. So tomorrow, you better have a proper bath. Very simple, very not rocket science. But if you look at it, that's it. This is the secret. The challenge is these great ones, they have hidden these great secrets in so simple things that we never look there. We don't take them seriously at all. We only think about intellectual ideas and, oh, I am the soul and I am one with everything. Yes, great ideas, but down the line in my daily life, when one traffic signal, one guy honks, then gone. All our education, all our intellectual processing goes out of the, our consciousness. So these masters, that's why they said that, you know what? Let it be there. Now let's come back. Let's be grounded. Every moment, what we do, waking up moment till we go to bed, in those time, am I aware of my emotions? Doesn't matter. No judgment. Don't kill yourself. Fine. I lost temper 20 times. Doesn't matter. Keep watching. The moment you start watching, maybe you will feel, oh my God, 10 of those was easily avoidable. So you become yourself, you become your own guru. So that's why Master Shivananda gave a very interesting practice called spiritual diary. Before you go to bed, there are like 26 interesting questions. Of course, today we need to change some of the questions, because those days the questions were formulated in the early 1930s and 40s. So there are, how much time did you waste in gossiping or reading unnecessary things? Now we have to say how much time on Facebook, Instagram and stuff like that. So when you are taking a review of the day, you yourself will understand that, oh, I could really change myself tomorrow. So I would encourage all of you to set out on a serious study about the mind. I don't know why it's not in schools and colleges and universities. Such an important aspect of mind. No one taught me about mind in my school, in college. So let's do it on a personal study. Everybody, we all know a lot. We all know a lot. But we need to bring it to practice. So there's a great book by Master Swami Shivananda called The Mind, Its Mysteries and Control. I would request all of you to pick up that book, read it out, laugh about it, compare your life, no judgment, and then get on the practice board. Thank you very much.